Hi, I'm Rachel, a Radical Soul Entangled. So I thought I'd do another energy check-in. Happy Friday. I hope everyone's day is getting off to a good start. Although if you watch this on a day other than Friday, that's probably when these messages are meant for you. If they're meant for you at all. If they're not, that's fine. This isn't meant to apply to every single person on the planet at this specific moment, but if it resonates with you, meaning, if it just feels right, and if it just feels like it speaks to you, then that's when you are meant to hear it. That's how I see things. All right, and once again, I'm using the Light Seers Tarot because it's just my favorite. Just feel like the imagery is just simple, but there's still just so much you can pull from it, and I really do like to pull additional meaning and intuitive prompts from interpreting the images themselves, as well as the traditional card meaning. So we'll do oops, head, heart, and environment going into the weekend. Let's give that one another shot. Alright, I'm going to do head, heart, and environment. So right now, that is my favorite. So in our head energy, we've got 10 of Pentacles. That's very nice. We've got a Queen of Swords. And we have 2 of Wands for the environment. Alright, so in our head, we're having the 10 of Pentacles energy. So 10s are all about completion, and 10 of Pentacles, since that Pentacles is the earth element, so it's health, wealth, career, finances, all sorts of things, anything, all kinds of material, physical resources. So and 10 of Pentacles is about prosperity, in particular, like inheritance or a legacy, a material legacy, because you see here we have like an older couple here, and they look very happy, and we have lots of children playing joyfully in the background, even a dog. So we have a lot of positive energy. I like there's a lot of yellow here and a lot of reds, so that kind of, the red representing like the root chakra to me, so that means like a lot of security, whereas there's a lot of yellow, meaning a lot of kind of like courage and conviction, I'll say bravery, but just like a sense of certainty, trusting your gut. And some purples, greens, means like the heart chakra. Purples mean like the higher chakras, so either the third eye or the crown chakra. So we kind of got a good balance of the chakras, but a lot of yellow, red, and a lot of yellow. So yeah, just a very secure, happy card. You're feeling, you're thinking maybe about just having, hoping for, dreaming of that one day you'll have a abundant future, not just for yourself, but for generations down the line. And here we have the Queen of Swords for the heart energy. Queen of Swords, queens again are kind of like an internal mastery, like an emotional degree of mastery over, in this case, swords represents thought. I think it's really interesting in this is that you can see that she has emotion. She has a bowl there. She has a cup filled with water, but she has it caged. So she has her feelings, but has her feelings on like a very tight leash. She doesn't she's not super open about her emotions unless she trusts you. So she sees kind of like emotions as being a vulnerability that she must guard against to protect from maybe the wrong people. But here she has her sword, and let's see, she looks like she's at the top of like a summit, or at least she's has this huge view, there's really no background. It's just all sky. She has just a very thoughtful, introspective look on her face. So, so it means in your heart is kind of, you know, your heart is feeling, your emotions are kind of guarded now. You're a little bit more in your thoughts, but you're seeing your thoughts, you know, since this fell in the heart space and it's about thinking, and this is more like your well, it would, so we usually think of our thoughts as the opposite of our emotions. But I kind of take this to mean in the heart space that her thoughts are not being influenced by the external world. She's not listening to like the pundits on the news or all the opinions of her friends. She's, in a way, listening to her own heart. And she's not necessarily, so she's not blocked off from her heart. This doesn't mean she's blocked off from herself. This just means she restricts access to her heart, to her emotions, by others. She's just very discriminating, but she is very much in touch with her heart, you know, because she takes such good care of protecting it. So she's actually in touch with her heart, and that informs her thinking. And she actually has a greater degree of clarity because she's not listening to all the pundits, all the bloggers, you know, all the politicians and all the other hype, even like her friends on social media. She's taking time to isolate herself because she's, you know, she's up at the top of the summit. So usually you don't bring a huge entourage of friends and family with you when you're at the top of a summit there. Clearing your head, you know, gathering your thoughts and listening to your heart to inform your thinking, because your heart actually gives you your thoughts much more clarity if you really know how to listen to your heart rather than being, you know, whereas we're kind of conditioned to believe that thoughts and emotions are, you know, at odds, they're enemies, but really they need to be integrated in order to give us the greatest degree of clarity possible. In our environment, we have the Two of Wands, and Two of Wands means kind of like, you know, you're making a decision to, usually for a new start in life, but you're kind of, it's kind of, to me, it means more like kind of, should I stay or should I go? But it's mostly your heart saying, and the upright, it means like, I should go. Should I go? I know I need to go. I know this is where I need to go to move forward in life. But maybe I'm still more like you're coming to terms with the two choices, but when there's really only one choice. But here in the reverse is how it came out. So I take that to mean you're a little more conflicted about it. So it, you know, if there's something where it's like maybe you need to move on, you feel like the need to move on to a new job, or maybe you know, cut ties with an old relationship that isn't serving you anymore. You know, because see, this is one of the few cards in this deck where somebody is indoors, and she's indoors, but she's at the, with shoes on, she's at the window, you know, looking out kind of longingly, but you can tell she's got her mind made up to leave, to start this journey. You know, she's got the globe, she's got the, you know, the bus there. So that's where her heart is. She's longingly kind of looking out the window, but not in a, oh, will the day ever come? She's just going, I'll know when it's time to go. That's what I see on her face. I know when it's time to go. In the reverse, it means, I'm not sure, is this time to go? Is this the right time? Am I just waiting? You know, I don't know if this is the right time just yet. So a little bit of uncertainty, something in your environment, you know, is causing you to feel like it's time to move on, but you're still kind of weighing the options there. So how do we get these energies to kind of work together? So, like I said, something in your environment is making you feel like it's time to move on. Maybe this, I need to move on to it, maybe look for a new job or have a new job offer, but I like some of the things in my job. So you're still kind of weighing your options, or maybe it's about moving on in a relationship, or even pulling back in a relationship. It could be that, you know, could be you realize you're investing more. So it doesn't mean you necessarily have to cut ties with that person altogether, but maybe you got to reevaluate how much energy you've been putting into this other person, and kind of reevaluate, and you're still kind of, because you know they're not a bad person, you know you really care about them, but you know you're putting in more effort than they are, so you feel this need to kind of pull back. And so you've been in your heart listening, you've been listening to your heart, and your thoughts are getting more clear, and you're becoming more clear of what you want, and you've been thinking about, well, I want a future that has a lot of prosperity. I want to have a legacy to pass down to my children. I want to have, you know, a happy relationship. I want to have a happy community is also like a community card. And, you know, I want to leave the world in a better place than how I got here. So, but yeah, so something in your environment is, you feel like it's a time for a change. You've been reflecting on it, and you feel like you're getting close to this decision. So for me, reversals can also mean you're either coming into or coming out of this kind of energy. So I feel like it's just occurred to you that, yeah, maybe something needs to change, but you're not fully, you know, in the upright where you're like, okay, I've made the plans to move on, or I've made the choice to move on. Now I'm just, you know, waiting for more intuitive guidance, more guidance from within, listening to my heart, you know, not letting people control my emotions, and letting my heart inform my thinking, because this is very clearly a dream I have for a future in my head. This is clearly what I see in my head, what I want for myself and for those around me. And so you just need to get into this energy by, don't have to rush yourself, don't have to force it, but just start to really reflect and ask yourself, this is what's right for me, isn't it? It might be painful, might be awkward, might kind of suck for a bit, but it'll definitely get me that much closer to this abundant future that I want for myself and for those around me. So anyway, I hope this reading resonates with you. If so, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and leave any comments. I really appreciate any feedback you have for me. I'm Rachel, a Radical Soul Entangled. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.